Mark chapter 6, verse 1 to 6. Jesus left there and went to his hometown, accompanied by his disciples. When the Sabbath came, he began to teach in the synagogue, and many who heard him were amazed. Where did this man get these things? They asked. What's this wisdom that has been given him, that he even does miracles? Isn't this the carpenter? Isn't this Mary's son and the brother of James, Joseph, Judas, and Simon? Aren't his sisters here with us? And they took offense at him. Jesus said to them, Only in his hometown, among his relatives, and in his own house is a prophet without honor. He could not do any miracles there except lay his hands on a few sick people and heal them, and he was amazed at their lack of faith. I mean, this is an interesting passage to try and work out how does that relate to us, because we're not Jesus and stuff. But I think the one thing that came to mind, which is kind of linked to this, so maybe not a specific derivative of the passage, is the idea of judging people because of their past. And is that something that we do a lot of? We know somebody and we often define people. He's that person, he's that kind of thing, or whatever it is. And so when they claim to have changed, when somebody becomes a follower of Jesus, like we still often think of them as that person. And it's like we often put the burden of reputation onto other people as opposed to what Jesus often did in terms of seeing who people could be. So when Jesus sits down with Zacchaeus, he discusses and chats to him, understanding who he can be, rather than thinking, I'm sitting with a thief, I'm sitting with someone who's stolen all this money or whatever. And Jesus often kind of seems to have these interactions. I think of the woman by the well, I think of the disciples, people we would not put anywhere near leadership in our churches, and yet Jesus goes like, these guys are a bit lame, but when my Holy Spirit comes into them, having walked 3 years with my teaching, suddenly something is going to spark, and I'm more focused on who they're going to be than who they are at the moment. And so I think there's a principle we can learn there of the people we struggle with, the people that will never come to Jesus, they'll never change, they'll never be in leadership, all those kind of things, starting to view them like, what if Jesus took this person under their wing? What if Jesus did change their heart? What if life transformation happened? And as we start to view people like that, then maybe we start giving them the chance for that life transformation to happen. Maybe we start praying with people. Maybe we start walking alongside them. Maybe we start discipling them. And so I want to encourage you to look for someone in your life that looks like they're hopeless and looks like they don't have a chance. It looks like they'll never make it. Or someone that you define as their past, and start dreaming and start praying and start investigating how you can get involved in seeing that they have a different future, and maybe getting to hear these kind of statements made about that person, but knowing that you were part of walking their journey and seeing them transform into somebody else. That could be life changing for somebody. And so I encourage you to do it. Think of someone right now. Who's that person that you're thinking of, and start putting something into action.